Okay, next we're going to do finding percents. Okay, finding percents is a little difficult and this video is a little longer. Okay, so finding a percent, this is the setup you will use when finding a percent. Okay, it's going to be two fractions, or a fraction equals a fraction. Okay, when you read a problem, there's always going to be is. Blank is part of. Okay, so the is, this is the part. Okay, the of is the numerator, so part. So is and of are always together, so of. Okay, the of the problem, which is the whole number. So you have the part of your number over your whole number. Okay. Over here, my second fraction, you're going to have the percent over 100. So you're always taking stuff out of 100%. It stays 100 always. And it's going to give you the percentage most likely, okay? Okay, sometimes you're going to have to find the percent, but it always goes over 100, okay? So your first step is to look at the problem and decide what it is you're trying to find the part of. Are you trying to find the part, the whole, or the percent? Okay. So if you're going to find the part, the problem's going to say something like, what is 20% of 80? If you're trying to find the whole, it's going to say something like 16 is 20% of what number? Okay. And finally, you're going to have to find the percent sometimes. And in order to figure out if you're finding the percent, it's going to say 16 is what percent of 80? Okay. Notice it has your is and ofs, gives you your percents, and you're always taking your percent out of 100%. Okay, your second step is to actually set up your problem. So step 2 is to set up your problem. So and we'll find what is 20% of 80. I don't have an is, do I? So that's going to be x over my whole number. Tells me my whole number is 80. Equals, again, always going to be over 100, so I'm just going to fill that in now. And it gives me a percent of 20. Do the next one. It tells me my is, 16 is. It does not give me, it says of what number, so that tells you it's going to be over x. My percent is 20, always goes over 100. In this case, I have to find the percent. 16 is what percent of 80? So we're trying to find our percent. Step 3, I believe you guys went over this with Miss Merriweather once, is called cross multiply. So you're going to cross multiply the numbers. Okay. So now in this problem, I have x times 100, so 100x equals 80 times 20, which gives me 1,600. Do the same thing to this one. Okay, x times 20 gives me 20x equals 16 times 100, which is again 1,600. And again on my last one, so now I have 80x equals 1,600. And your last step is to divide. So 100, remember we have to get x by itself. So I'm going to divide each side by 100. Because remember 100 divided by 100 is 1. And we don't have to put a 1 in front of our variable. I got to do the same thing to the other side. So 1600 divided by 100. Remember, take off the zeros. And I have 16 divided by 1, which gives me 16. I'm going to do my next two problems. Divide both sides by 20. Left with x on the left and 80 on the right. Finally, my last one. Divide by 80 on both sides. Left with x on the left and 20% on the right. Because remember, in this one, we're trying to find the percent. So make sure you include your labels.